October 2023, Storm Babet hits northeast England. Hi and welcome back. Something a little different this time as I attempt to link sea kayaking interests with a variety of images and footage highlighting Storm Babet as it batters our local coastline and kayaking spots. Locally, the storm reached its peak between 19th and the 21st of October, causing great damage and disruption to our area. Seaham Harbour, local kayaking launch point only 5 miles away, always attracts plenty of photographic interest, with many iconic storm images of the lighthouse as it's dwarfed and engulfed by massive waves. Our Tynemouth crew meet for lunch at Riley's Fish Shack on Saturday to assess the carnage and wave activity before a kayak trip the following day. Babet's ferocity and resulting waves blasted the dome from the Tynemouth South Pier and caused further structural damage to both piers, with huge stone blocks scattered around like children's toys. Although we'd all met at Tynemouth on Saturday morning, it wasn't until the wind had dropped later that afternoon before I was able to safely fly the drone. It's amazing how Seaham's lighthouse stands firm against the incredible forces as it's submerged by nearly every exploding wave. With Seaham Harbour being my nearest launch spot, I enjoy coastal kayaking trips northwards to the River Wear entrance and Sunderland Harbour at Roker, together with Hartlepool and Teesmouth to the south. However, today certainly wouldn't be one of those days. With the drone in the air, I was now able to check out Babet's carnage of Tynemouth South Pier Lighthouse. The complete dome, light and reflector had been torn off and missing, as well as the bell, and railings and stonework suffered further damage. Magnificent views of Tynemouth's North Pier now, with huge waves breaking right up the coast, filling the air with spray. This would have been an awesome sight just 24 hours earlier. North and South Piers, their silhouettes bathed in beautiful stormy light. Sea kayaking with my Tynemouth buddies, we launched from the haven within the North Pier. This area on the pier's north side provides fabulous conditions to practice in. However, not the place to be anywhere near today, and I can only imagine what it must have been like at the height of Babet's fury. A more relaxing day to enjoy a bit of practice with slight swell in the rebound.
Just the way that swell's just marching along that South Pier, crazy.
Massive conditions when we first arrived on Saturday morning, with huge surf breaking up and down the coast and big breaking waves right across the harbour bar running well inside the piers.
Oh, huge. I mean the swell that's coming through the bar. Look at that one under the South Pier.
I don't think I've been at the bar big. I mean, I've
No.
seen a thing like this here, but not at the bar like that.
I mean, you've got to hand it to these lifeboat guys when they're having to launch through stuff like that.
As well as wind dropping in the afternoon to get the drone up, the swell was dropping off rapidly too. The tide and river outflow can also be seen, ebbing strongly seaward, flattening any waves between the piers like a beach rip. Seaham Harbour is a popular area for paddleboarding and wild swimming. As well as our kayaking launch spot, we use it for deep water rescues outside the piers and rolling practice just off the slope beach inside the piers to the right. A few years ago, after returning from a demo trip with Evolution kayaks, I was looking for a little shower from the waves splashing onto the harbour wall. This, however, resulted in a little confusion on my part. With that vertical water, which way do I lean? Okay, time for another story. Some years ago, with storm surf not unlike this, Mike Nelson and I chose a wave ski session at North Yorkshire's Brunswick Bay Outer Bar Break, the only place to punch out through storm surf on the entire North East Coast that day. A few great runs, then a monster wiped me out, including paddle. Unable to feel my fingers and trapped upside down, I couldn't find the waist belt release. Gulping air between sets, I was eventually free. Mike came to my aid and we returned to the beach. I was physically shaken but mentally scarred. We relaunched later to get my head together. Happy days. The port of Tyne remained closed to all vessel movements from the 19th to the 21st of October, and even hardened board surfers were asked to leave the sizable breaks around the infamous Black Midden Rocks. A few of our hardy crew launched on Sunday for a kayak trip north, with 7-foot swell forecast, and only spot to land for lunch was a carefully timed run into the tiny harbour of Cullercoats. Ebb tide effects can be seen here, flattening the would-be bar break between the piers. Messy storm breaks on the far side of the South Pier, running all the way into Sandhaven Beach and our usual surf spot at the south end near Trow Rocks. Old pier foundations curving off to the north, clearly seen here, led me to investigate its history. The North Pier was initially built as curves to mimic the South Pier, but before it was completed, storms of 1867 and 1897 blasted out the centre section. This was subsequently rebuilt completely straight to reconnect the then isolated original lighthouse pier end, taking a total of 56 years to finally complete the pier we see today. Tynemouth Castle and Priory are well worth a visit, but sadly our regional Coast Guard centre was closed in 2001 amid government cutbacks. Tynemouth Haven is home to the local kayak and rowing club, also the sailing club. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different video this time. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Enjoy more of my videos by clicking on the thumbnails for recommended content. Thanks for watching.